Beheading requires an extremely high level of skill. The neck, being composed of strong bones and more than 10 layers of muscles, is not easily severed.
Any last words?
No.
Removing the head in a single blow is nearly impossible. Most often it requires a number of strikes, which makes it a horrific sight to behold.
Impossible.
Why is it that I can't die? Or rather, that I won't die? I have no attachment to life. I've slaughtered more people than I can count, so I never expected to live for very long.
Gabimaru, born a shinobi in the village of Iwagakure. As a child, you studied nothing but killing techniques. Many lose their lives during the training that you endured, but survivors achieve superhuman bodies. That makes sense. Since you're from Iwagakure, breaking a sword with your flesh is a simple task, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that guy was so shitty with a sword, I didn't even need ninjutsu.
You can use ninjutsu? Would you mind demonstrating for me?
Why?
Just my personal interest?
Then no.
Burn him at the stake!
Burning at the stake is traditionally the punishment for arson. Searing the flesh creates unbearable pain while the extreme heat causes muscles to shrink, which contorts the body so severely that the bones are broken. Ultimately, the target dies either by suffocation or by poisoning from the smoke. This execution method is known to be particularly painful. In some cases, the person is killed beforehand as an act of mercy.
Sorry about that.
What? But how? The flames are so high!
Believe me, despite what it looks like, this isn't on purpose. If anything, I want you to kill me.
If you say so.
If you're not looking at me anyway, you might as well give me some clothes. Please?
Your nudity doesn't make a difference either way. My job is to create a record. Continue.
So you wanted to know my background? It's pretty dull.
That's my job.
My parents? No clue. I know they were killed by the village chief when I was a baby. But I don't know why. It doesn't bother me. Dreams? None. Shinobi don't have some grand purpose. They just kill as they're told. How did I get captured? Well, let's see if I remember. I tried to leave the village, but my cohorts betrayed me and I got caught while I was out on a job. I assume the chief put them up to it. It's forbidden for anyone to leave the village. I don't blame them.
So, what made you want to run away in the first place?
An execution by bulls!
In this form of execution, ropes attached to the target's legs are tied to bulls. Human legs can withstand up to 500 kilograms of force, but a bull can exert up to 950 kilograms. This method not only removes the legs, but splits the victim in two from groin to chest.
This is an embarrassment to the magistrate's office! You, bring out some more bulls!
It's strange.
What? My indestructible body?
Not that. Despite your claims that you didn't want to live, it still appeared as though you were resisting. Why would a person with no will to live? No. Actually, tell me why you wanted to get away from the village. Do you still refuse to answer that question?
Who cares about the record? Hurry up and—
Please let me work.
Ma'am, the bulls—
Please let me work!
All right.
Please let me—
It's nothing interesting. I was the best in Iwagakure. The chief held me in high regard, and I ended up getting married to his daughter. But as it turned out, that girl was a complete idiot. How does a shinobi, let alone the chief, have a daughter who's that stupid? Her sheltered childhood made her naive, and she turned my entire life upside down.
Remove your shoes when you're inside the house. And you should always remember to pray at least once every day. say thanks for the meal at dinner. To show respect for the life we've taken.
After a while, I got fed up with her. I was afraid I'd lose my edge.
If those are your feelings, then there's nothing to be done. All right, I'm prepared to honor your wishes, but there is one final thing that I'd like you to do for me first.
I knew I'd been set up. But I also knew his cohorts would follow me, even if I got away. I'd fallen into their trap. I realized I'd been foolish to defy the chief in the first place, so I just surrendered. And that's it. It's kind of a boring reason.
I hope you'll forgive me if I'm speaking out of turn, but because you're a woman, I don't think you should involve yourself with him. Has anyone told you what his name is?
Former shinobi from Iwagakure. Gabimaru, correct?
Well, there's another name he goes by. Gabimaru the Hollow. He's empty. No blood or tears. That monster slaughtered 20 men when they arrested him. They say the shinobi from there takes some drink. It's known as the Elixir of Life. The legendary medicine of immortality that comes from Shinsenkyo.
The elixir.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sure I must sound crazy. But regardless of all that, he's dangerous.
I doubt that somehow. Well, if he's really so hollow, then why fight 20 men to live? There'd be no reason. Despite your claims that you didn't want to live, it still appeared as though you were resisting.
She's right. What am I doing? I have no attachment to life, so why don't I just die already? Tomorrow, when they try to execute me again, that's when I'll end it.
Death by boiling, also known as death by cauldron, uses a massive amount of hot oil. However, the oil combusts at a temperature of 370 degrees Celsius, so the earthen pots commonly used in the Edo period were unable to withstand the heat for very long.
Why won't I die? Why keep suffering? I have no attachments. I should be empty.
You little rat! How am I to kill you?
Sir, it's done. The arrangements have been made. I'll begin when you're ready.
What kind of execution this time? And how long are you going to keep trying? It's starting to get old for me.
We finally found a way to shut you up for good.
What?
Don't be mistaken, this woman isn't just another inspector. She's a sword tester, sent to us from Edo. Meet the executioner, Yamada Asaemon Sagari!
The term Yamada Asaemon is a trade name for the ronin of the renowned Yamada clan. These extremely skilled warriors have offered their talents as sword testers and executioners for many generations. They are a clan of master swordsmen, able to behead a target with a single blow.
You're a female. Asaemon?
That's correct, yes. And you're Gabimaru of Ishu, the runaway shinobi I've been ordered to cut down. You wanted someone to kill you. I'm here to grant your wish.
If anyone can end my life, it's her.
Quick, Sagari! Kill him where he stands!
As you wish, sir. Why did you dodge my blade? You would have died if you had stayed still.
I would? Really? Do I not want to die? Why not?
Thanks to my profession, I've seen death, time after time, and I've learned how people feel during their final moments. One's true self is reflected in the blade. Some try to appear brave as they face death. Others frantically beg for mercy. And of course, some lie to themselves and say they've accepted their fates.
What? Lie?
Gabimaru the Hollow. One thing is obvious. You are empty inside. After hearing your story, anyone would know that much. But you lied about something, not wanting to live. It seems you do have an attachment, because you love your wife. In fact, not only do you treasure her, but she's your reason for living, isn't she?
And pray at least once every day. Say thanks for the meal. We should always do our best to live ordinary lives, so we can be like normal people. You.
I know I'm right. So why do you continue to lie to yourself? It was impossible to kill you because of the deep feelings you have for her. Do you not care about life? Or is that just what you've decided to tell yourself all this time?
I've heard enough! Stop! You have no idea! You don't know anything about me! Or about the world that I've lived in! I am Hollow!
Don't be silly. You're not Hollow.
You're wrong. That nickname suits me. I'm so used to ugly things. Which means, ugly is all I can give you.
I have to disagree. You're a kind person. After all, most people are disgusted by my face. But you're different. I don't know, maybe being used to ugly things isn't so bad. In Iwagakure, men are soldiers, and the women just bear children. We're not allowed to live independently as people. That's what happened to my face. My father wanted me to give up on living a typical woman's life, so he burned it. Fortunately, it isn't that easy to destroy a person's heart.
Maybe, but...
What did you do that for?
See? Look how much you're blushing. There's just no way a person like you could be Hollow.
My name is Gabimaru the Hollow! And I'm nothing but a heartless monster! No matter how hard I try, I can't be human!
I'll quit killing people for a living. We'll live as an ordinary couple. The chief won't mind it. He knows that's what's best for his daughter. I'll stop killing. We'll live somewhere quiet. Keeping to ourselves. We'll be normal.
Shut up! You know that's impossible! Ah!
But it isn't!
Wait, what?
I've come here with an official pardon from the Shogunate. Not only does it clear you of all charges, but if you receive it, you'll be guaranteed the Shogun's protection. So with this pardon, you'd be safe from the Magistrate's office and the village's shinobi.
Really? But I don't understand.
However, it comes with a condition. You will go to the underworld.
Huh? Like where you go when you die?
That's right.
You're telling me to die?
Well, no. There is a land called Shinsenkyo, a place without pain, brimming with fertility and joy. Since ancient times, believers have known it by many names. Paradise, the other side, or heaven. It was said to lie far to the southwest, somewhere beyond the Ryukyu Kingdom. And now, finally, it's been found. Butterflies dancing among the flowers, voices singing in the distance. It's just as the legends described it. Supposedly, the immortality-granting elixir of life can be found there. So the Shogunate sent a search party, hoping to bring back the powerful elixir. However... Five more expeditions were sent out, but not a soul returned. Only the things their bodies became.
What? I still don't get it. What kind of story was that? It sounds like some fairy tale.
Yes, everyone believed that it was fiction. Until they saw that.
Human bodies turning into flowers. How mysterious. It sounds quite mystical, doesn't it? This means the legendary base is real, and the sweet elixir of life can be found there. We'll need expendable people for the next expedition. We'll assemble a group of criminals from all over who've been condemned to death. Whomever is able to bring back the elixir of life shall receive a pardon.
I came to identify potential candidates for the assignment. People with skill, who feel an unrelenting desire to live. On my way here, I learned the whereabouts of your wife. She's still waiting for you in Iwagakure. The day you were captured, she shut herself away. No one's heard her breathe a word. It seems that she believes you're going to return. I'll ask you again. Do you have any attachment to life? Traveling to a mysterious island to compete for a pardon. Battling heinous criminals condemned to death. That is the only way for you to be reunited with your beloved. Gabimaru, will you risk death for a life with her? The choice is yours.
That's ridiculous! I'm not setting this man free to chase after some fairy tale!
The Shogunate has commanded it.
He's a dead man walking! There are plenty of others just like him. Stand in my way and I'll be glad to execute you both. Are you listening, Hollow?
They call me Hollow. Heartless.
It isn't that easy to destroy a person's heart.
You said you wanted to see ninjutsu? If this'll do, then let me show you. Ninpo Ascetic Blaze.
Impressive.
All right then, elixir of life, huh? I'll go find it for you. So, where do I start looking?
I'd like you to come with me. We'll travel to Edo and then we can...
Taking a detour to Edo sounds like a pain. Can't we just go directly to the island?
He went from indifferent to insufferable. We'll call it off if you'd like.
No, I'll do whatever I need to. My mind's completely made up. Doesn't matter how many criminals I have to face. I will make it back alive. For your sake.
Once, there was a storyteller who was condemned to death. He requested to be beheaded while telling a story. My father, Yamada Asaemon Kichiji, agreed to fulfill this final wish. Even after the head had been severed, the storyteller stayed alive long enough to finish his tale.
The man never realized he'd been beheaded. It was the perfect strike. Painless and devoid of emotion.
After that, I made it my mission to duplicate that immaculate blow my father had made.
Now that was a clean execution.
Brilliant work for a woman.
You honor me, sir.
I sense fear in your swordsmanship. There's a hint of doubt there. It's causing them to suffer more as they die.
Right, I'll work on it.
Sagiri, take a good look at your weapon. The blade always reflects the truth.
Fear makes my sword heavy, so the condemned are forced to die in pain, which makes the blade heavier still. What should I do? How can I eliminate every trace of fear and doubt from my heart? Like my father did. Perhaps. If I had a target who deserved no mercy.
Welcome, condemned criminals, to this important meeting. This is His Excellency, the 11th Sei Taishogun, Tokugawa Nariyoshi. Under normal circumstances, none of you would have had a chance to meet him.
What was that? Don't talk down to us! Shogun! I've heard enough!
It can't be safe to gather them in one place.
This is what the Shogunate wanted.
A thief who killed 30 people, Tanio Seikichi. Serial arsonist, Nikimaru. Former constable turned killer, Kiro Shukan. They're all criminals who have caused great harm.
I can barely breathe. At least let me see Tokugawa.
Be quiet.
We've brought you here to give special orders. You will travel to Shinsenkyo and return with the legendary elixir of life in hand. The one who succeeds is to be rewarded with an official pardon. This is the certificate that you will receive.
That changed their attitudes.
If I had that, I could go on another killing spree.
Adachi Matagoro, a violent fiend who killed only women and children for fun. He's purely evil and better off dead. Could I kill someone like him without hesitation?
Are you Gabimaru the Hollow? I could tell by your build and hair color. You're a bit of a celebrity in our line of work. Although... I have to say I'm disappointed. You're scrawnier and more wretched looking than the rumors say. Not to mention you've been caught. This isn't what I pictured at all.
Sorry to let you down.
I was wary of him at first, but... now he's so listless, like he's a different person. Is he just another criminal in the crowd? Or is he even more sinister, the way the rumors describe him?
I will now read you a brief description of your destination. This island, known by some as Paradise...
Skip the speech! What is this, a fairy tale?
Remove your masks, then you'll see it.
I can finally breathe!
This man was the only sergeant to return to us alive from the previous expedition. As you can see, he has lost his humanity. When he reached home, his body was covered with lumps. And the next day, they began to bloom. The remaining 60 members of the expedition are still missing, most likely dead. Considering he's our only source of information, we don't have any clue as to what took place on the island.
Wait a minute! You didn't tell us it would be this dangerous!
I don't see any issue. Blossoming with flowers? I can't think of a more mystical demise. And I doubt you lot are worthy of such a fate.
Say that one more time!
Hey, what's the matter with you?
Quit mocking us! That's enough out of you! You're all criminals sentenced to death, and yet despite that, you've been given a chance to travel to paradise! Shame on you! Spitting in the face of charity!
Hey! You don't know anything about this place, right? What happens if the elixir's not even there?
Exactly!
Does it still count if we come back empty-handed?
They've got excuses for everything.
If you don't like what we're offering, then you can refuse to do it. No one's forcing you.
Good. This whole thing gives me the creeps. Help me out. If I'm gonna die, I'd rather rot in jail with my men.
One more thing I forgot to mention. Upon your arrival at the island, you will be assigned monitors.
What? But who's going to...
You're a group of criminals who have been given the death penalty, and it will be no different on the island. Therefore... if you're out of line at any point on this mission, you will be decapitated on the spot. The esteemed Yamada Asaiman will be serving as your monitors. And knowing that they're from the Yamada clan, I'd be on my best behavior, lest you suffer the same fate as he did. You'll be beheaded if your monitor dies, regardless of whether their death was by accident or homicide. If your monitor is not with you when the group departs, you'll be left behind.
Really?
Yes.
All right then.
I can't tell. He's either very brave or very stupid.
A word, please.
Right. Actually, there's one more issue to address. Before you all depart, we need to reduce your numbers.
What?
We won't be able to send this many passengers to the island. There aren't enough Asaiman available, and the ship's capacity is extremely limited. So we would like you to narrow down the list of candidates for us.
Narrow down?
You're a bunch of idiots. Isn't it obvious? You just want us to trim the fat a little bit, don't you? What are you doing? That can't be what they're asking us to. Oh, yeah? Then why aren't they saying anything? telling us to off each other. So it's kill or be killed, right?
Well, I suppose that's one way to look at it. And those who die here wouldn't have survived very long anyway. Oh, and none of you are to untie your hands.
This is entertainment. In this day and age, it's rare to witness a battle to the death, and this is a bloodbath. I've always dreamed of seeing one.
The Shogun's an idiot. What purpose could such a thing possibly serve? This is no way to judge their abilities. Their hands are tied. It's chaos. Even the ones who survive will be useless.
Ah, yes. Which criminals are the ones with red seals?
Huh? Oh, right. Well, a few of them were marked with red seals in the registry. It simply indicates that these particular criminals possess exceptional skill. Honestly, one might even describe their abilities as superpowers. That man is one of them. Despite his young age, he's an impressive specimen who established and led a bandit village deep in the mountains of Iyo. That woman there is a Kunoichi. Last year, she participated in the invasion of Sagiwa Castle and single-handedly neutralized every last retainer inside. That's Blade Dragon, the master swordsman who is unparalleled in 8 provinces. That massive fellow is rumored to eat bears head first. They say that neither sword nor spear can harm him.
A Warring States picture scroll come to life!
Of all these criminals, the most famous one here is Gabimaru the Hollow. Observe, sir. Wait, what's this? He hasn't moved at all. What's he doing?
Feeling overwhelmed, Sagiri?
Aizendono.
After we get there, it'll be far worse than this. They won't just fight each other. You'll have a target on your back as well. When something happens, can you kill? You won't like what I'm about to say, and I'm sorry. But I have to be honest with you. You're not fit for this job. Why would a woman choose to live so violently? The daughter of a warrior should enjoy a quiet life in her mansion, far away from the fate of an executioner.
With all due respect, I couldn't. Given the choice, I would have Aizendono. Testing swords on human bodies, beheading criminals, making medicines from corpses. In the Yamada clan, even if you never pick up a sword, your living is made on people's deaths.
Hit her! Next Chopper-Rosa's daughter! Are you a cannibal like him, murderer? Come out here! Don't be a coward!
You can try to deny it. But the truth is always reflected in the blade.
Damn! We don't have any choice! We'll never get out of here unless we take out the samurai! But boss, we'll just start off by killing the woman. Then we can take her sword and finish this!
Can you handle him?
I can't escape the executioner's fate, but I won't accept it quietly. I refuse. I'll discover for myself what my fate is going to be.
Killing people is never okay. Isn't there some other way to decide who goes?
You survived? Stay away!
Just because we're murderers doesn't mean we all want it to be.
Guards, dispose of him!
I'm not going to sit back and let you do this.
You dare to defy His Excellency? The nerve!
I don't know, it's pretty easy to avoid killing somebody if you don't want to. It's the most natural thing there is.
If you don't desire to participate in this assignment, you can always forfeit your chance. It's up to you.
You're not listening.
You! Over there!
Me?
If you can kill this man, then I will permit you to go on the expedition.
Huh?
That sounds good to me. Just stay right where you are, pal.
Wait a second. You guys don't like pointless killing either, do you?
It's all about survival, which means if bashing your brains in is what it takes for me to live, then I'm all for it! You can't just dodge!
Let's talk this through.
If you're not gonna fight, then just shut up and die already!
All right. There's no choice. You're dead. If you try to kill me, then you're dead.
But you said you didn't want to kill anybody.
I don't. But my life's at risk. And I can't afford to die either. So that's that.
Huh? What do you mean?
It weighs on me, knowing the burden I'm about to take on. What a shame. Man, this sucks.
He's a monster! So that's him. The Hollow.
It weighs on me, knowing the burden I'm about to take on.
Look at that. His method of killing is barbaric.
Would you prefer I made it look pretty?
Perhaps what I really needed wasn't to rid myself of the fear of killing, but to learn how to carry the burden of that fear and of the lives that I take.
Are you all right? You seem upset. I did fear this might be too heavy a task for you.
No, I'm fine. I will kill him.
Enough, criminals! No more fighting! We have our expedition party. Azachobe, the Bandit King. Tamiya Gantetsusai, the Sword Dragon. Twisted Keiyun, the Hunter of 100. Nurugai of the Sanka. Horubo, the Killing Prayer. Runaway Shinobi, Gabimaru the Hollow. Akaginu, the Cannibal Courtesan. Kunoichi Yuzuriha of Keishu. Moro Makia, the Apostate. And Rokurota, the Giant of Bizen. So 10 criminals in total. And a group of executioners. Each of you will be accompanied on this perilous journey by an Osai-mon of the Yamada clan. You will all board a ship, sail to the uncharted island in the southern sea, and find the elixir of life. Succeed and you will be free. But do not be afraid. After all, your destination has been called paradise, heaven, Shinsenkyo. There is no danger.
Even pierced by multiple blades with his insides spilling out, he remained standing. The Iwagakure chief really seemed unkillable. Apparently it was because of some strange medicine he'd gotten overseas. Are you surprised? Judging by your face, I'd say you didn't believe it really existed.
You mean?
It's real. The elixir of life. The Tokijiko no Kagunomi. Now whether or not it's here is a different story.
What is this? It's so fantastical. If the elixir is real, this seems like the kind of place it would be found. It's gorgeous.
By gorgeous, you mean creepy, I assume. There's no rhyme or reason to the kind of plant life that exists here. It's just not natural. Which means, who knows what we'll find. Be careful.
You're forbidden to unbind yourself.
You can't expect me to stay tied up.
I'm acting on the Shogun's will. My job is to keep an eye on a vicious criminal. If you attempt to disobey in any manner, then I can't overlook it. Now bind your hands.
Can't you let it slide? Just this one time? Man, everything about this trip is stupid. They only gave us rations for 3 days, and a one clue is this drawing. Kinda makes me think they don't actually care whether we find the thing or not.
I said, bind your hands. You seem to be confused about something. I'm an executioner tasked with following you, not your ally. If you fail to locate the Elixir of Life and don't receive a pardon from the Shogunate, then it doesn't change things for me in the slightest. So tie your hands together, or I will decapitate you.
Fine, whatever. If it means that much to you. All that I want to do is see my wife again. I'll try to go along with your conditions. But let's keep it reasonable.
Well, that was easy. Already got my first kill. Poor little idiot. That's why he shouldn't have let his guard down in a place like this. He deserved...
Wow. You surprised me.
That didn't kill you?
I'm fine. Just dislocated my neck. Anyway, look at him.
Right. That's Twisted Kayun, one of the 10 criminals. He's a warrior monk who became obsessed with weapons during his training. They say he's stolen over 100 of them from other warriors.
No, that's not what I meant. I was just saying his hands aren't tied.
That's no matter. Well, no, it does matter. Why is that, Kisho Dono? Explain!
I see you're still as rigid as ever. Not to worry, we can retie them on the return trip. I can't be bothered to argue with this lowlife about such things.
Did you hear that?
Honest to a fault, which is why you're ranked the lowest. You may not know this, but all of the Asaemon are ranked. As for Sagiri...
There's no need to get into a discussion about that right now.
Hey! Look, Gabimaru the Hollow, don't you dare ignore me. Seems you're as bold as the rumors say. I'm glad to see it. Maybe you can help me out with something. I've been dying to test out my arsenal. You see, weapons only shine after they drink blood. Aren't they beautiful? And you get to experience them firsthand.
Listen, weirdo. You can stand like your swords if you want, but I can't let the others get ahead.
This is the best strategy. We've no idea where the Elixir of Life is. So I think it's smarter to kill off all the other criminals first. Then I can take my sweet time searching for the Elixir. And you'll be the first to go. Hollow.
We're only here to supervise you. You're welcome to slaughter each other.
Be my guest.
But I'd rather not go through the hassle. Plus, my wife would be sad if I killed somebody. Oh well, I have to.
Go on and try!
Tie your hands.
You're kidding.
Okay, that should do it.
How convenient. You'll be the perfect target to test my weapons on.
Sorry, no time.
He launched his full body weight using just that pole. How?
This would be a lot easier if my hands weren't tied together.
In a single blow? That armor is sewn directly into his skin. What an outlandish thing to do.
Is that the best you got? Get serious.
Talk about a total waste of time. Let's go look for that elixir. And my hands are still tied, by the way.
Oh, right. Good.
Well then, I suppose I should head back now.
You don't want to fight me first?
As I told you, we are neither your friends nor your enemies. If our assigned criminal dies, then we simply bring back his head. Now, time to go home to my bath.
Kisho Dono, 60 people have gone missing on this island. Be careful during your journey back.
Perhaps you should worry about yourself instead. I'm the lucky one for getting out this quickly. The man standing next to you is a deadly criminal. Don't be so foolish as to think you're safe just because his hands are tied. I've already seen so much, even as we were approaching the shore. Some tried to narrow the field before we landed. Others made alliances, or at least pretended to. These are people who didn't follow the rules before. So, why would they fall into line now? They'll survive by any means necessary, just as they've always done.
But if they break the rules, they won't be awarded the pardon.
That's why I called you rigid. Samurai live by the Shogun's word first, but what truly matters most are a person's priorities. Find the elixir. Everything else comes after that. The Shogunate wants us to achieve our objective. Don't you think they'd rather we break a few rules than obey them and fail? Plus, rules are illusions. They don't function unless you can depend on everyone to follow them. For some people, they don't mean anything at all. Just look at this man. Would you like me to take care of him for you?
We're pretty short on time as it is, you know. So let's get past the stupid jokes. All I want to do is get back to my wife. The rest of it doesn't matter. Let's get going.
You're right. You are short on time. Here's my prediction. In a few hours, we'll see another major change.
Rokurota, you must be hungry.
Soon, there will be a twist that no one could have seen coming. More than half the criminals will die, and the others will die moments later. In less than a day, there will be only one left. Don't forget, you're expendable. If we lose too many, they'll send more.
They what?
Hattori's messenger's been sent off to Ishu. The Shogunate's made contact with the new Iwagakure, I'm sure. The Asaimon aren't a monolith either, you know. Rumor has it, this job will determine our next leader. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's enough to light a fire under some of our cohorts. Not that I'm interested. Farewell. Don't let the prisoners catch you off guard. You've been warned.
He's right. Even though we've traveled together for days now, I still don't understand this man's true character. But... Alright, which way should we... Why did you do that?
I wanted to kill you quickly and painlessly, but you stopped me.
I knew it. I can see his true nature.
So the moment they had a child, they asked permission to leave the village? These two were such pathetic excuses for Jonin. I shall raise this young man to be better than that. Understood. Take a close look at them, Gabimaru. These worms are the picture of weakness. All emotions make a person weak, even love between a parent and child. Unless you're strong, you'll never be able to protect anything, let alone the people you care for most.
If you kill your monitor, then you've broken the rules.
It's all about priorities. That's what your buddy said. If the Iwagakure make it to the island, everything goes up in smoke. Which means I have to find the elixir of life before that happens. It's nothing personal. You're just a hindrance.
Killing me? That's your plan?
Sometimes you don't have any other option. Sorry, but you have to die.
He's more of a threat than I thought. His warped sense of morality makes him ruthless. I should cut him down at once. But for some reason I can't. I keep hesitating.
Again, I should have been able to kill her just now. Why am I holding myself back? Why?
If you want my opinion, I think not wanting to kill anybody else is a perfectly normal way to feel.
That's absurd. I'm completely hollow inside. I don't feel anything now.
You say that, but I just saw you turn bright red over a simple little kiss. If you feel something, then don't run from it. You know, you're not the same person you used to be. Having courage means being honest with yourself and facing your emotions. As long as you're that kind of person, I'll happily follow you anywhere, even if it means we end up leaving the village.
After meeting my wife, I experienced a lot of emotions. But one of them was hatred.
That wasn't the target we came here for.
He said he was going to take revenge on my wife and my family.
Wait, just let me live! I've got a wife and child! Please, I can't die!
I felt weakness, too. And now, there's that weakness again. Forget about earning the pardon. I won't even survive if I don't get past this.
He's a violent criminal condemned to death. And yet, even though he's trying to kill me...
The heart is just a nuisance that gets in the way.
Unless you're strong, you'll never be able to protect anything.
It's pointless to keep resisting. Surely you're skilled enough to know. You can't beat me like this. I don't care about all the other ones, but I already know that killing you is going to hurt me. So can you just die quietly?
Killing me will hurt you? I thought you didn't have emotions anymore.
Yeah, you're right. I feel nothing. I am Gabimaru the Hollow. I've killed so many people, it's boring now. So what's one more kill going to do? It's all the same to me. That's the way I was raised. If you're weak, you can't protect anything.
There's no doubt. This man is dangerous.
Feelings are useless. Now die.
Even so.
What's wrong? Why am I hesitating? I'm not supposed to have any emotions.
That's right. Since we met, every moment, when I look at him, his expression's the same. Like he's trying his best to endure something. He's not a hollow shell with no feelings. That's just a lie he was taught as a child. He's a human being with emotions. And the time that I've spent watching him so far has allowed me to face my own as well.
Come on. Have I really become this weak? At this rate, I'll never survive. I won't see my wife again. Not ever!
That's not weakness. You're growing strong. It isn't that you feel nothing. You're simply averting your gaze rather than running from your emotions. I believe that's a sign of strength.
Having courage means facing your emotions.
Please let me say that, at least. After all, you were the one who taught me to do that for myself.
Is this really the time to say that?
Well, your hands still aren't moving. Normally, I'd execute immediately, but I'll overlook it this time. If you regret the things you've done, face your feelings, and make the decision to reclaim your life for good, then I would like to be there to see it. If a man like you can change his life, then I want you to prove that to me. Let me see what you're truly capable of. I need to face my own emotions head-on as well, so that I can become as strong as possible. The nature of our relationship hasn't changed at all, but somehow...
You're not hollow.
You're no longer the same person you used to be.
What the hell are these?
It seems unlikely, but they look like man-made objects. What did you do that for? I don't understand.
Look at it. An insect with a human face? That thing clearly isn't from our world.
What? How?
Don't get distracted. What the hell could be happening on this island? I wonder, is this really the other side?
I don't know. How is it possible for these things to exist?
Finally, this trip is getting interesting. Very interesting.
Can that be real?
Stay back.
Blade Dragon. Unparalleled in 8 provinces. Once I stopped finding men who were stronger than me, a lord called something or other Tatsumi asked me to be his officer. He was a great man with a giant mansion, and since the characters in his name spelled dragon, I figured I'd take the free room and board.
You sure know how to put away a lot of sake, don't you? Quite impressive. Now then, Tamiya Gantetsu Saidono, I realize you've been called the Blade Dragon, but surely a real dragon would tear you in two.
Huh? So I destroyed the dragon on his gate, along with his nerve. Then there was no doubt who the real dragon was.
I don't understand you. Your temper is too violent.
Well, you're not wrong. His whole clan went after me because of it, and I was sentenced to death. I can't say I regret it, though. Besides, after I get that pardon, I'll be cleared of all charges. Then I can practice the blade as much as I want. This time I can split his whole mansion in half.
As I said, I don't understand you.
Well, that's fine. You guys make even less sense to me. I'm pretty sure the tools you're wearing are meant for dissecting, aren't they? You gloomy little man? Bet you eat well with the money you make lopping off heads, Asai whatever.
You mean Asaimon. Yamada Asaimon Fuchi. The Yamada clan's trade is more than beheading. We also test weapons and produce medicines. We're an asset to society, unlike you lot. As for dissecting, learning about the human body is necessary for scientific advancement. It's a noble cause. You are not to insult us again.
Sure, if you say so. Just try not to get in my way.
Wait a minute! Do you know what you're doing?
Isn't it obvious? First, I'm going to eliminate the rest of the competition. It'll be easier for me to look for the elixir after they're all dead. And most importantly, I can use my sword as much as I want. The world's gotten so peaceful, I thought I'd never get another chance to cut through my opponent in battle.
It does make sense. This job is a bit like crafting insect poison. The longer you wait, the deadlier the surviving insects become. But can this really end well? These creatures are only the initial batch. If the Shogunate runs out of patience, they'll release more insects into the pot. Stronger ones, with even more potent venom.
Interesting.
Stay back. What is this thing? A fish? And it's wearing prayer beads. Looks pretty ridiculous, honestly. Is it some kind of monster? Is it even alive? I have so many questions. But now I can sense that even the island itself is a threat. What a pain. I told you to stay back.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so it is alive.
Always remember Shinobi rule number 5. When faced with an unknown enemy, you must not engage.
You might need to run. Should I bring her? Or go alone?
Gabimaru! Are you able to stand up?
This place is dangerous.
So, it is possible to injure you. Wait, no, that's not what I meant.
We should run for now.
Those veins, they're smiling. What are they? Are they real? Just calm down. You mustn't lose your composure. Look, we've been surrounded.
Enough. It's time to stop thinking.
Ningpo was set ablaze!
For now, don't think. Just kill. You have to survive. So you can get your hands on that part and escape this blood-soaked world. Just kill.
I knew that this assignment would be risky. But this is something else. It's only been a few short hours, and my entire world has changed. It's such an otherworldly sight. Is this really paradise? Or perhaps...
Don't worry about anything else.
That's not weakness.
Focus on your opponents.
Having courage means being honest with yourself.
Eliminate them.
Gabimaru, I should say I'm...
Wow, you killed all of those by yourself? Not bad, Hollow. Really, that was something else. Color me impressed. So, my name's Yuzuriha. I happen to be a ninja just like you. We're totally twins.
2 Asaemon? That's odd.
What did you do that for?
Whenever someone lends you a hand, always remember to tell them thank you.
Thank you for saving me. I'm grateful. Look, it's a competition. So why did you help me like that? You must be after something.
Come on, don't be so uptight. The monsters are all gone now. I just think you've got talent, Gabi. I mean, you're still standing despite all the bleeding. And didn't you save that girl's life a second ago? Hey, we should work together. Being on this big bad island is scary. I'll do anything you want me to. What do you say? Will you protect poor little me? Huh? Hey, wait! Stop it, you're hurting me! Ow! What is your problem?
I know the Kunoichi ways. Seduction doesn't work against me.
Yeah. I should have expected that. Figured it was worth a try, though. Better to regret what you did than what you didn't do, right? That said, working together would be a good move. After all, 5 is a whole lot safer than 3.
And that begs the question. I see you have 2 Asaemon with you. Why?
Oh yeah, this guy. He's,
I'm Yamada Asaemon Genji. I came here to guard the apostate, the man called Moromakia. However, he was killed after this woman deceived him. Her foul tricks went contrary to Bushido, and I felt that a single Asaemon was insufficient to control her. So I decided I would accompany these 2.
Right. She seduced him.
Understood. Women always were his weakness. He didn't stand a chance.
Hello. I was her assigned monitor. I'm Yamada Asaemon Senta, and...
Yeah, anyway. Listen, we all saw it. This place is crawling with bugs and monsters and weird statues, so we're well aware of how dangerous it is here, right? Sure, it's important to grab the elixir as fast as possible, but charging in without a plan and dying would be idiotic.
You're the one who called me disappointing before, aren't you?
Oh, that doesn't sound like me, huh?
It's fine. As long as both of you agree to it, you can work together.
Sounds perfect! I love you, Gabimaru! Stop! What did I do this time?
I never said that I would do it. I can't just trust a Kunoichi.
What's so important about you trusting me? We're not kids anymore. Who knows? I might betray you. Even if we do find the elixir, only one of us gets the pardon. I'm suggesting we use each other till plans have to change. But I get the feeling you're kind of scared of me. You're so naive. Sorry I made you mad, but I really need your help, Gabi.
Trust me, you're wasting your time.
Oh, boo.
So what would I get out of all of this?
I can give you some info. Lots of it. See? Here's an example. You guys seem pretty concerned about the monsters, but the real threats on this island are the bugs. Human-faced butterflies. They hover around monsters, but we don't know where they nest or what else they do. Their scales seem to be full of poison and some kind of hallucinogen.
How did you figure that out?
Moromakia. I buddied up with him for a little bit, and he let me use him for a couple of tests. The centipedes are gross, but they won't hurt you. They only eat what's already dead.
And how do you know that?
Makia. Duh. There are some other bugs too, but they won't attack you unless you get close to them. Again, Makia.
Is he still around?
I played dead, so he'd let his guard down, and I killed him.
I find the physical appearance of the monsters to be one of the more perplexing things about this. Their adornments often feature Buddhist or Taoist designs. Those 2 religious traditions are quite different, so it's abnormal to see them together. Not to mention the Buddhist statues. Based on what I've seen, I sincerely doubt this island is any kind of paradise.
I agree. It's tempting to say it's all magic and leave it at that. But to my blade at least, the anatomy of these monsters seems real enough.
Like I said, there's a ton of stuff we don't know, which is why we should work together and gather more information. I'd be happy to tell you everything I've got so far.
Why would you come right out with it, though? Are you that desperate to survive?
Listen, it's because of my younger sister. She's got an incurable disease, and we can't afford medicine. So I became a shinobi to earn more money. I trained hard with the Kai of Kasamidani.
The Kai are from Mizure Dani?
Right, that's what I said. Anyway, like, the village chief? He was like, hey, you can't do that, or whatever. That's when he betrayed me.
Look, if you're gonna lie, then keep it short.
All right, you got me. Back to your question. Do I really need a reason to want to survive? I don't have any heart-wrenching stories to tell. Sorry, it's such a boring answer. I want to make it out alive because I want to live. It's that simple. I'm so young, it would be a bummer if I died right now. That good enough? Well, you samurai probably don't understand. Whenever the Shogun tells you to risk your life, you do it without a word. You don't even stop to question why.
All right. Just one more question.
Mm-hmm.
About Moromakia. What did you really do to him?
Nothing I didn't tell you. Why do you care what happens to the other people here? Stop that. It might kill you.
Fine then. I'll fight beside you, as long as it's clear that we're not a team.
Yay, that's awesome! You're the best, Gabi! I'm getting out! I just got a little excited for a second. I want to break my arm off!
I'm a married man.
Then let's go over what we know.
Hey now, don't go spilling the beans. We got what we wanted, so why would we give them anything else?
Really? Didn't take you long to go back on your word.
Come on, I'm just kidding.
What's wrong with me? What have I accomplished since we got here? I got overwhelmed and lost my bearings against those monsters. I've mastered the art of swordsmanship. But what was it all for? I'm completely powerless.
Adaptiveness is strength.
He's earned his license after just a month, huh?
Impressive, Toma. Before we add your name to the list, you must execute a criminal. But which candidate would be suitable?
Allow me to make a request? Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm here to rescue you, brother.
Took long enough.
I infiltrated the Yamada clan and ranked up within a month. The least you could do is thank me.
Yeah, meanwhile, I've been putting up with them torturing me for the last month.
Well, it's done wonders for your looks.
Uh-huh. So what's the plan? They've got guards all over the place.
Don't worry, brother. I've found a way we can be free.
Yeah, great.
Adapting means changing yourself to suit any situation.
What is that?
Making quick assessments and understanding the problem.
Are they alive?
Some circumstances are hard to judge.
If they are, I can kill her!
He adapts quickly. That's my brother's strength. He always has. Even the day our clan was disbanded, after the lord our father served caused an outrage at Edo Castle, and was executed. Even when Mother died and we lived in poverty.
All 47 Ronin who sought revenge for their master must be beheaded to atone for this treason!
Even when our father joined the revenge scheme and paid with his life. Even when bandits attacked us, my brother assessed the situation. And before I knew what was happening, he was in control of it.
You're trapped, Bandit King Toby! We advise you to come quietly.
Toma, I want you to run.
No, I can't!
You can just rescue me later. I believe in you.
This world isn't so simple as the strong prey on the weak. It's survival of the fittest, but the fittest are those who can adapt.
Be careful! Toma! We're gonna have to weave past them.
Right! Sometimes, fleeing is the smartest strategy. He's an expert in changing. But the one thing that hasn't changed is... Brother! The ability to change is strength. Those who can't adapt, they're useless. That's why he's so strong. And so wise. Damn you! You're not taking another step!
Ha! Looks like the best way to take him down is to hack at him with their own weapons.
I was worried.
Nice going there, Toma. You bought me just enough time to pick this baby up.
No! Brother, are you alright? Say something!
Murder is an act of evil. Even the smallest insects are living things. Fish are alive. You mustn't harm them.
You're kidding me. These things can talk?
Murder is a
Brother, do you think they're real deities? I don't think this is heaven. It's hell. A place made to punish criminals for their sins.
The Lord's crimes are his vassals' crimes. Execute them. Bandit King Chobei will face justice.
Forget crimes and sins. I'm so sick of hearing that crap! You think I'm evil? Who gives a shit? And who are you to decide? You're slaves to your stupid sense of morals! You don't know how to think! You're a puppet! I'll never let anybody tell me what to do. I'm just gonna do whatever the hell I want! I'm the only lord I need! I'm my own god! Forever!
Change is his greatest strength. And since the fact that he's always changing is what defines him, he never loses his sense of self.
Mother, I want to go back to the mansion. We were the sons of samurai, and now look at us. We're bandits. I don't know what's right. I'm so confused.
Don't cry, Toma! Show any weakness and you're dead! If you don't know what's right, then just trust me! I'm your big brother, so it's my job to show you what to do. Because I'm always right.
If these ugly things are real, then I bet the elixir's real too. Alright, here's the plan. We'll slaughter every last monster and criminal on the island. Then, there'll be no one else left to find the elixir. And once we get it, you and I are gonna drink it together. So not even death itself can tell us how to live. Because we make our own rules, right, little brother?
Are you sure it'll be that easy?
Huh?
This island is dangerous. We may be survivors, but everyone we meet will be the same way. The threat here is simply so great that the weak will soon be weeded out.
Father! Why? Why are you looking at me with that face? Father!
I see you're awake. That's good.
Kenji Dono, where? What happened to me?
We're inside a cavern. I don't sense any monsters or insects here. You were poisoned by the butterfly scales, and it caused you to lose consciousness. You're too weak to be on your feet yet.
There's no choice. I can't let him out of my sight.
Hey, guess you're up.
Ah, yes. Are you feeling any better now, Sakari-san?
What are you doing?
Huh? I'm making dinner.
And I'm repairing our torn garments.
And I'm supervising.
But I thought you were worried about us running out of time.
Yeah, well, it's not such a big deal now.
Now that we're not facing immediate danger, I believe this would be a good time for us to relay the information we've gathered. We can discuss everything while we're enjoying our dinner.
Count me in. What? Kikatsugan? Really? This is the sorriest excuse for dinner I've ever seen!
Kikatsugan?
I made them with whatever I could find. I think I did a decent job. And of course, I scouted around the island while I was out getting the ingredients. The short version is, I didn't find anything promising in the area. Then again, I didn't scour the entire island, so who can say?
Let's say you did find it. The elixir of life, I mean. How would you know? Have you seen it, or what?
No, I never heard of the elixir until I took this job. I'm just going by the drawing I got.
Huh.
While I was scavenging, I learned a bit about the plant life. It's a mixed bag of species, but it's mostly normal things you could find on the mainland. A few of the plants were unfamiliar, though.
Maybe they came from Ryukyu. We're not too far from there.
Wow. Fascinating stuff.
I noticed something. Some of them are the same as the ones growing out of that samurai.
Does that mean?
What happened to the people they sent here before? If most of the plants on this island used to be human beings, I think it's obvious.
Feeding us people?
I didn't use them in the food. Anyway, none of the plants looked like this weird mandarin thingy.
Well then, we shouldn't be too fixated on the picture they gave us. They're using the terms paradise and Tokichiku no Kagunomi, but those concepts are taken from two different cultures. The stone statues on the island resemble either Buddhist or Taoist designs, but worrying about the religious consistency is pointless. What intrigues me most are the statues themselves. Does this place have the technology to make them from clay or stone? If so, then who made them? And do those people reside on the island today?
I don't think so. How could someone make a home here? With all these wild creatures, it would be much too dangerous. And we still don't know exactly what they are when I cut them. I thought I felt flesh and bones. But as for organs and,
The genitalia?
yes, that. I didn't see anything.
You mean they don't have dicks?
Their appearance is strange. They're like parts of assorted animals stacked on top of humanoid forms. I'm not sure how to describe it.
Nor do I. I also noticed the monsters wear poorly crafted adornments. They're religious in nature, but the details aren't exactly accurate. Which is why I think they're like malformed gods. They are, much like the island itself, terrifying, but decidedly absurd. Too removed from reality to be natural, yet too artificial to be true incarnations of the divine. It's as though we've been thrown into some sort of half-formed Mandela. Something so nonsensical that it's beyond our understanding.
They're creatures that can survive with no organs. That kind of sounds like immortality. And that means the elixir might actually be here somewhere. If it's here, it can be found. And if we find it, we can be pardoned.
Or this really is the afterlife and all of us are dead. That kind of defeats the purpose of the elixir, huh?
Possible, but I sincerely hope that's not it. Gabimaru-san is correct, though. Our first mission should be to try to understand the monster's ecology. We must determine where and how these creatures live. It'll be a dangerous task, but it's the only lead we've got, so we have to.
Sunset. We haven't even been here for a full day. Genji don't know?
Listen to me. You need to take a boat back to the mainland.
But why?
My assigned criminal is dead, so I will assume your responsibilities here. You're a daughter of the Yamadas first and a samurai second, so it's your duty to marry the next head of the clan. The shogunate will have no objections to me taking over for you. In your current state, you'll die. Go home while you can, Sagiri.
I have to complete the job. Warriors don't just run away.
Your intentions are noble, but be realistic. Do you have the strength to kill Gabimaru as you are now? And your katana. I assume you picked that up somewhere along the way, yes? A sword is a warrior's heart, meaning you've already lost the thing that makes you one of the Yamada clan. Then again, I suppose that can happen on the battlefield. A warrior may dispose of his blade and procure a new one on the spot. I don't deny that you're very talented with a sword, but that is a blade tester and executioner. It's impossible to succeed in this undertaking without exceptional combat ability, which you are lacking. Mastery of the blade and mastering the art of war simply are not the same. This island demands a strength which you do not possess, because you are a woman.
Are you sure it would be that easy to leave if she chose to?
Senta.
After all, most of the samurai they dispatched to the island so far haven't returned. Even with a boat, I'm not confident that it could be done.
We need to get away from the coast. It's hard to see through this fog. But a true warrior keeps moving forward no matter how bad things get.
Why are you samurai always so stupid?
What was that?
Just watch where the currents go, because if you rely on brute force, you'll end up exhausting yourself without getting anything done. Samurai are obsessed with stuff that doesn't exist. They don't know how to be smart.
The currents, huh? That's so helpful! Is that some kind of secret Sanka tribe wisdom or what?
My grandfather taught me. He always told me about how efficiency was important. But you know, even if we do find a way to get off the island, I'll still end up dead if I don't bring that elixir.
Don't worry. I'm gonna go talk to the shogunate for you. I'm sure they can work something out. It's okay, Nurugai-kun. I'll get you back home safe and sound. I promise. Out of all the criminals they sent to this island, you're the one who deserves to live more than anyone. Check it out! How lucky is that? This ship is huge! Must belong to the shogunate! Think we just found our way home. Is that one ours too? Not sure. Wait, I think these are all of the ships that tried to leave the island.
Stop! You'll be an idiot!
Huh?
A lot of creatures get aggressive when they see something shiny like a sword. We should have turned around before we got this far out.
It's not my fault. How am I supposed to know all this complicated stuff? We should try to find a vessel that's still seaworthy.
Run, Nurugai! If you die, the Sanka bloodline will die with you.
I don't believe in things that don't exist, but I can't help but wonder, is this divine punishment? Hey, if you guys are lost, I can take you to the foot of the mountain.
Are you an Emishi? Then lead me to your village so that I can rest.
What does Emishi mean?
It's a word for one who doesn't obey. Those who refuse to submit to the shogunate and live as separate tribes in the mountains. Tokugawa-sama considers them to be traitors. Take him away. We'll kill him once he tells us where the other villagers are. We'll purge the Sanka from this region.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Grandpa. It's all because I led the samurai here.
I'm one of the Asaimon. I'm employed by the government. I don't understand why an innocent boy should be killed. If there's a chance for you to live, then you should take it.
What am I supposed to do now? Should I live and carry on the village's bloodline? Or should I die to pay the price for their deaths?
It was and I couldn't. Everything is. No, Kisho-san, why? It's me, Tenza! Please tell me you remember me!
Stop! It's too late for him now! We should go!
Are we trapped? Hey, what's the matter with you, Nurugai-kun?
If you're running, go ahead and escape by yourself. Just leave me here, okay?
Hold on, do you seriously want me to get away without you?
Even before this, I was already wondering whether I should live or die. But I finally understand now. This is my divine punishment. It's what I deserve for getting Grandfather and the others killed.
It's still doesn't make any sense to me! Why does that mean that you should die? Samurai are stupid, remember? So break it down for me!
It's the Sanka's covenant, to live for the sake of the mountain and the villagers. And yet I was the only survivor that day. All of my people were killed because of me.
I told you I'm stupid, so don't use fancy words like covenant or I can't follow anything you say!
I just mean that... Hey, I told you to forget me!
Until you explain your answer to me, and until I can understand it, I'm not leaving you here. I don't have much stamina left in me, though, so you'd better make it quick! Spit it out, kid! I'm not asking about your grandpa or your village! All I'm asking is whether or not you want to die!
I want to go home again. So no, I don't want to die.
And there's only one course of action. Do whatever it takes to live! That boat still looks usable! So let's bust through these things and get aboard!
Right!
Ah! You're strong, Nurugai-kun. Thanks for your help.
I could say the same.
We escaped the monsters for now. Too bad we're right back on the beach.
Yeah, I'd be willing to bet that all the currents in this area probably flow toward the island. Unless we find one that leads away from it, we won't be able to go back with the elixir. And these monsters, they're different from the ones we saw on the island.
It looks like that mountain of abandoned ships goes all the way around. There's too many to just be from the past few years. Anyway, we can think about it after we wash off all the blood and guts. That one samurai who bloomed, he made it back. Which means there has to be some way out of here.
Yeah, good point.
Hey, wait. Nurugai-kun, don't take this the wrong way, but your figure is kind of, girlish, you might say.
Girlish? Huh? I am a girl.
Ah! Really? How? Seriously?
Why are you freaking out?
Look, if you're a girl, then face the other way!
You samurai sure love to focus on dumb stuff that doesn't matter.
Believe me, it matters a lot more than you think! Just turn around, all right?
You're so chivalrous! I'm in love with you! Once we're back home, we should get married!
I'm sorry. I can't do it. This island's overloading my puny brain. I'm stupid, as you know. Anyway, let's move on. We need to make a game plan. First things first. We should circle the entire island and try to find a current leading out to the sea.
Yeah, we shouldn't do anything till we know how to leave.
Besides, we'll be no match for those monsters if it's only the two of us. We'll need some allies for the return trip.
You'll sail home at the break of dawn, Sagadi. This expedition is far too dangerous for a mere woman.
Honestly, a part of me does agree with Genji-san. His reasoning aside, it would be wise to go home if you have a chance. Then again, the other part of me wants you to be here in case Gabimaru-san gets out of control and needs to be stopped.
You do? Really?
It's just a hunch, but something's different about Gabimaru-san now compared to when I first saw him on the beach. He even went so far as to save your life. Though that could have been because he knows he has to return with his partner alive. Do you have any idea what might have inspired this change in him?
Stay back.
All told, I must admit that I would feel much better if you stayed here. But it's up to you.
I see. Thanks for that.
Are you just gonna stay up all night watching me? Because I don't plan on sleeping.
I'm taking turns with the other guards.
Makes sense. Otherwise none of you guys would get to sleep. The Shogunate didn't think this through at all, did they?
Samurai obey without question.
Listen.
Look. You first.
I was just wondering if you felt better yet.
What?
What's with the funny look?
I mean, I'm surprised.
Well, because if I hadn't given you that wound, I don't think the poison would have worked as quickly. So I thought maybe...
But I thought you were worried about us running out of time.
Yeah, well, it's not such a big deal now. And I owe you a favor. I've been thinking more clearly, now that you're around. I know that rushing in randomly is dangerous, and if the Iwagakure are coming, then I should prepare a counterattack. I've decided to live on with my wife, and we'll survive long after this job is over with. I won't run from the ones who get in my way. I'll face them head on.
You're very strong.
You're stronger than I am, though, that's for sure.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. I'm never wrong when it comes to this kind of stuff, believe me. I don't know if it's your heart or your technique, or maybe it's just who you are. At the very least, you were really strong back at the prison. And I didn't just think that. It was almost like I felt it somehow. I wonder where that feeling came from. You still look surprised?
Well, I am.
There was a saying back in my village. You'll never know how strong you are until you've had some life experience, right? People never understand themselves nearly as well as they think they do. Not until they're forced to take action. We're all like that.
Nothing showed up to attack us for the entire night. I suppose the monsters are only active in the daytime. Now then, Sagadi, if you're prepared to depart, I'll escort you to the ship.
I appreciate your consideration, but I won't be leaving the island.
If you're worried about punishment, you shouldn't be.
No, it's nothing like that. This concerns the way I choose to live.
What are you speaking of? Since you're a young woman, you should return home safely and bear children for the Yamada clan.
I know. I've heard that my whole life. A woman who wields a sword is met with astonishment and ridicule. You ought to know your place, they'd say. The worst part were the looks of disappointment from my own father.
A woman can't take over the Yamada clan. No reason to push yourself, dear. It's better to live a woman's life.
If I live as a daughter of Neckchopper Asa, then outsiders hate me. But if I live as a Yamada clan warrior, my family hates me. So if I leave the island now, it'll follow me forever.
I still don't see any problem. It's natural for a woman to fulfill the duty she was made to have.
I'm sorry, but I can't stand to be looked at in that way.
In what way?
Not just as a woman. I want to be seen as a samurai.
Silence!
Please, forgive me for defying my senior, but I need to live the way I see fit. I know I'm weak, and that I'm lacking in experience, but still.
I won't run from the ones who get in my way.
At least, my choices will be mine, and no one else's. I believe regardless of gender, and regardless of status, that all people have that same desire deep in their hearts. I hope you can understand.
Now you're being ridiculous. That isn't the way a samurai lives his life. This island is a battlefield. It's no place for women and children! Oh. What? When did you?
During a battle, one may need to procure a weapon. You taught me that lesson last night.
Woman! A warrior sword is his very soul! How dare you steal it?
Genji Domo.